Hey guys, it's Pat, and welcome back to another custom LEGO minifigure showcase. This time I got Green Arrow, The Flash, and Cyborg from DC Comics. Now, I bet you're wondering, why weren't these two in my initial Justice League showcase? Well, because they weren't made then. And, um, and as you can see, I did update my Flash figure. I kind of made it look more like it did in the comics with my own spin on it. And so, yeah, the first figure up is Oliver Queen, aka the Green Arrow. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see him in his tiny, probably less than 2 inch little glory here. So here is the figure, and I'm going to get this out of the way now. The quiver, it was originally a brown quiver, but I painted it green. And I only painted that part green. I didn't paint the other part of the quiver green to make it because this paint, if I painted it on the rest of the thing, it would have come off. And this knife is just a green Lego knife. I think it's from Ninjago. So I think this works well for, and I actually added some black Sharpie to like the handle. As you can see, it actually added some Sharpie to the handle to make it look like weathered and kind of like beat up and all that. And the actual bow is just a black, I think elven bow as it's called. Actually, took it off of my Hawkeye and he's actually currently wielding a crossbow. And I also took the head for another figure that won't be showcased or it might be showcased, I don't know. But yeah, and getting the accessories out of the way, here is the actual figure. Now, the hairpiece is the dog show judge hair, this piece, but in blonde, where it actually first appeared on the dog show winner or whatever the hell, and I originally used this piece for another figure. That's why it's all choppy and all that. And I found it, figured, oh hey, that works well for Oliver, and I don't need to paint a new hairpiece yellow. And the head, I bet you're wondering, what if I can get the head off of the hair, then that would be fantastic. If I can't, then there. Okay. I bet you're wondering, what is that head from? This head is actually from a Lego Clone Commando minifigure that I got from a set of Clone Commandos that I bought online. And then these are these figures, and actually got it from the guy in the middle here, who has a different head. So they got, because you can see they all have special heads like this blue dude. But and that was became on the standard commando, and I figured, oh, that worked well for Oliver, and I painted a mask in green to kind of make it look like, well, the Green Arrow. And putting the hair back on so it's not bald for the rest of this rest of the part of the showcase. The torso was originally a dark green torso, and I painted all the straps and the detail you see to make it look like, well, Green Arrow. And this is kind of my own version of Green Arrow. This isn't based off of the Stephen Amell Green Arrow from the show. It's kind of my own version of the Green Arrow. And yeah, as you can see, this arm is actually different from the other one. This arm is in regular green, whereas this one is in dark green. And I painted, I actually Sharpied some detail onto this arm. If I pop it off, and it wraps around the entire arm, and I painted a little detail there to make it look like it's like an arm pouch full of specialty arrows and the like. And I honestly think that turned out pretty well. And see the back of the torso, which is covered by the quiver, and the legs are just dark green legs, and I Sharpied black boots on them. To make it look like that, and the hands are dark gray, because I don't have Those are the only hands that I could find that actually worked well for Green Arrow. And I guess you could consider like this little detail like a arm knife holster, kind of like Hunter has from the Bad Batch. But that is it for Oliver Queen, aka the Green Arrow. And now, probably my favorite figure of the showcase, the fastest man alive, Bartholomew Henry Barry Allen, aka the Flash. Now, the Flash is one of my favorite superheroes, and I was really glad to take a second crack at the character. And as you can see, the everything has improved. And this piece right here is actually from the official Lego Flash minifigures. I actually bought this figure online. I bought it on Amazon because I didn't feel like making a whole new helmet for Barry, and I thought, oh, I could just buy this, and it was actually, and I got it for I think what was like $2, I think. So I originally was gonna make a new one, which was gonna be this, and I was just gonna paint the visor in gold on a head, and but I didn't want to do that again. I wanted to make the Flash look more like the Flash, but I did try painting the visor like onto this head, and kind of putting the mask on top of that, but that looked kind of weird. And again, this is kind of my own version of the Flash mixed with the comics and kind of like this one from the show, which is kind of the only reason I made the figure in the first place after I finished watching The Flash Season 9 on Netflix. And yeah, so this piece is actually very useful, and I think, I don't remember the last time this piece came in a set, but I bought the figure online, and it worked well. And as you can see, there's still gold residue on the head, and this head is actually from the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man from the Lego Marvel Collectible Minifigures series, because I didn't want to go for the comics version of Barry. I wanted to go for the kind of like the Grant Gustin Flash, who was my favorite version of the Flash, even though I've only seen nope, that's not right. Even though I've only seen three of them, three kind of live-action versions of the Flash, the Grant Gustin is definitely my favorite. And I'm not just saying that because of Ezra Miller. I'm just saying that because Grant Gustin was great as the Flash, and I think the head actually works well for him. And we go smiling on the other side. That's what he looks like with the cowl on. And I nabbed this hairpiece, which is just like the sleepy hairpiece in brown with some like detail on it, and I did a bit of work. The same piece I used on a Hawkeye from the Lego Avengers showcase. And honestly, I think this looks a lot like, I think this works well for a Grant Gustin version of the Flash. But I also I could have used this hairpiece too, which is Dog Show Winter Hair in brown, which is the same one I used on Green Arrow. I could have used that, and I also could have used this hairpiece, but that doesn't work. I don't think that works for the Flash. I think that this one definitely works for the Flash, and yeah, the rest of the figure is actually really simple. Actually, I'm gonna put the cowl back on and reverse the head because it looks like he's kind of in battle when I'm in that one, and it looks cool. The torso is actually a red torso, and I painted the lightning bolt on the torso, and it's not like the comics. It's not like that. I didn't do the circle around it because I knew I wouldn't be able to do that, and so I just did that. And I think it looks really cool, and it's different from my other one. This is it's like an update. It actually looks more like the Flash's lightning bolt. And that was actually a real pain in the ass to make. I'm not gonna lie, to paint that on. And the back of the torso is very simple, and with the belt extending on all four sides of it. The arms are just red arms and hands from the official Flash, and the belt was painted in gold. I don't actually remember what color it was before. And the legs were actually red legs, and I painted tall gold boots. You know, he does have gold boots like on his suit in the show. I think in season 7 when he got that in season 8 when he got that upgrade but because I have the DC Multiverse figure of season 7, of this season 7 season, he doesn't have the red boots. But yeah, I think that's actually it for the Flash, and the Flash is definitely one of my favorite superheroes. Definitely after watching the series. And the last figure in the showcase is Victor Stone, aka Cyborg. Now, this is kind of my own version of Cyborg, kind of mixed with like all of like the comics version of him, and kind of not based off of his look from the movie, even though he looks really cool in the movie. I didn't do that because like a minifigure of him from the movie already exists, and I didn't kind of feel like making another one because that would have taken a lot of time. And yeah, here it is. Now the head is actually from War Machine from the Lego Avengers Endgame sets, and as you can see, I left this part the same, and I painted all around the head. Actually, no, I think I sharpied it in silver, and as you can see, some of it's wearing off, which I actually like the look of that. It's like not all of him was destroyed in that in that accident. Like kind of some parts of him were kind of left. Well, obviously some parts of like his face, but that's like, but some I like to think that some parts of like the back of his head were actually like left, and I think not everything like kind of was covered, which was which is I think is kind of cool in my personal opinion, but yeah. And I painted the eye in there red because he does have a red eye that is accurate to how he appears in the comics and movies and shows. The arms, actually no, the torso is actually the Iron Man Mark 1 torso from the Lego Avengers Endgame Iron Man Hall of Armor set. That is a mouthful. And I kind of covered up all the details to make it look like an Iron Man suit with like this part. Like obviously didn't do a good job of kind of covering that, but I like to think that he isn't like fresh, like it's not like freshly built, actually like being kind of been in battle, and he is like some like dents and scars and scrapes all over him. And I sharpied this part black, and I painted over the arc reactor that was originally on the torso in red, because Cyborg does kind of, or at least I'm kind of basing that part off of his look in the movie, because he does kind of have like a power source, like in the center of his chest, kind of like the source of the mother box that created him in the movie. And yeah, I left the details that you can see kind of from the Mark 1 figure. And the arms, I think, were originally, I think, the like Player One character, like that's the Player One T-shirt from the Lego collectible minifigure series, like the gamer, the first one, not Jacksepticeye, but and I painted half of the top half of it was already black, and I painted silver onto like the bottom half of like both of them, because they were dual molded arms. And this, and like the hands are just gray hands, and I do actually have an alternative piece for him. Actually have an alternative arm for Cyborg, and if I can get it on him, then you will be able to there. So I actually have an alternative arm here for Cyborg, to make it look like it's like he turned his arm into a cannon. And how I did that was I took this Lego cone piece in gray, and I kind of like cut down the arm, kind of cut down this piece, and I shoved it into place there to make it look like his arm is kind of transforming into a cannon. And I didn't paint it because I didn't feel like it. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna leave that on him because that looks pretty cool. And the legs, I think, were also from the Mark 1, and I sharpied these parts, like the front of them black, to kind of match like the kind of theme of like the black and the silver that I have going for Cyborg here. And I think that's actually it for Cyborg, and that is it for this showcase video. So I'm gonna get all three of them kind of in line. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this next this Lego DC showcase video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and share, and follow me on both of my socials. Links are down in the description below, and let me know what you think of the figures in the comments, whether you like or dislike, and like how can I improve them, and what figures you want me to see. You want to see me make next on the channel. If you have any like suggestions or whatever, I'll take them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Pat, signing off.